Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As always, I am just some dude on the internet, and you are watching Project Zomboid Build 42, the Frank Fultz Chronicles. Mr. Frank Fultz is currently at 76 kilograms with one arrow pointing down, and we are at 1 month, 25 days, and 8 hours into our survival of the zombie apocalypse. Now, we have a lot to get done. We have been several episodes deep now into our construction of this road that I want to get done here. Right here. So we live at this lovely little lake house, and there is but a big ass road out here that's full of dirt, that's growing trees and brush and stuff. It's just not viable for us to traverse. So we started building a road. We've chopped up a whole bunch of trees. We have made the path, like cleared it the majority of the way. So now the next step is going to be laying down the wooden tiles effectively. And then the last touch, if we really want to make it look pretty, we'll see how we feel after, is putting gravel on top of the wood. Now, the reason for this is so that we can bridge the lake house to Riverside Road without having to traverse all of this rough road here. We get a safe way in and out. Yeah. And we get to level our carpentry in the process. And we've already explored nearly all of Maldra. There's not really much for us to do in here besides maybe like loot some of these homes that we haven't really touched quite yet. We can always do that later. Something that has been on my mind that we probably want to do is visit our chicks that are at the Northern Safe House and clean up after them, because if we don't do that, they can get dirty and die. But yeah, we are fulfilling our Operation Lake House right here. So we should probably get some food. It's 11:50 at night and our guy is quite starving. Got a box of cereal here. Yeah, let's take a look. What all do we have? Some hops, some turnips that are uncooked. Okay, some sugar beets. And grab this turnip. And grab some cauliflower. And grab some sugar beets. All right, now we got a water pot. I am going to see all of these. So this says fresh and uncooked. Let's put the pot in here. All right. I would like to make a soup if I can. What is this? Okay, so I can package them. Put in container. Well, does this not have enough water? Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe let's try filling up our pot of water really quick. Get that full all the way. There we go. Now, yeah. Okay, so we can create a soup. Let's put some ramen in here. And then in our ramen, we will add some turnips. We're gonna add some cauliflower. I guess we can't add the sugar beet to it. We will add some pepper, some bouillon cubes. Yeah, so this is taking us quite some time to. Oh yeah, cool. And I'll add another turnip. This is taking us quite some time to get this road going, but it's a shift from what we had been doing, focused, before on the scouting. This is a little bit more on the homestead side of things. All right, now hopefully this will deal with our hunger. This is 39 hunger before the cooking, so I'm anticipating a little bit more. Oh, okay, there we go. Turn that off, and we're at 50. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and eat all of it. Okay, and then as far as what we have on us, yeah, we were reading our Mechanics 3 book. Okay, we are full to bursting. Let's take our empty pot, plop it back in here. Now the sugar beet makes us unhappy. What can you craft with it? I'll put it away for now. Okay, in terms of everything that I am carrying, let's put the wood axe in the backpack, along with the wood splinters, mechanics book, and we've got a couple of water bottles, but this should be fine. Okay. Something else I was considering is moving the generator more toward the center of the home because it's not powering the entire home. But yeah, this is going to be a little bit more of the homestead work. All right, let's turn this light on. Did I have a book in here? Oh, tracking. Okay. All right. We've got a bowl of cereal. Let's grab this bowl. There should be milk. Where is the milk? There's the cereal itself. Okay, we got canned potato, canned oats. You know what? I'll do the canned oats. That's fine by me. We are going to fill up that empty bowl. And with that bowl, we will pour oatmeal. And then with that oatmeal... Okay, I think you got to cook it first. All right, so then we're going to plop that guy in the oven. We got to make some muffins soon. All right, there we are. We get our bowl of oatmeal, 13. And we get 300 calories out of it. All right, let's pop that bowl. Oh, did I not finish it? Finish the rest of that guy. All right. Now let's take a look. We're going to stop by the well on our way out. We're going to fill up on our waters. And then we're going to go back to work. Yeah, we're probably going to want to wash ourselves as well. Badumped. So yeah, envision all of this, where the shrubbery and stuff is. Envision this with wood. Planks of wood, and then you can layer gravel. So we're gonna peruse and pick up some of the bushes and clear up some of this path. And chop down this little baby tree. All right, and then we will remove this bush. Sweet. All right, we're gonna drop these clippings on the ground. Keep going. But yeah, the lake house has such a lovely little homestead area over here. We've already picked up almost everything that was in this garden. This might be, yeah, almost ready. Ooh, I love this soundtrack. Okay, yeah, so now I remember what we were doing. We were sawing all of these into planks. And kind of clearing this out. So yeah, this is the path that we have cut up. So let's take a look and see what we can do to make this less ugly. All right, let's grab some of these planks. We should have the hammer. Son of a bitch, do I not have the hammer on me? Is it on the ground over here? Yes, it is. Oh my God, dude. I was about to lose my mind if I walked out over here and didn't have that. All right, so we are gonna pop open a box of nails. Pop that flashlight away, grab a couple of the water bottles, we'll put them away. All right, smoke a cigarette here and then we'll get to work. And honestly, I could probably drop the backpack on the ground, which is what I'm going to do. We're gonna drop this right now, shed a little bit of the weight that we have. All right, now we need to pick up a plank. So let's grab like 5 of these. See what we can do to start making this look a little less ugly. All right, so we're gonna press B. And then we are gonna go to carpentry. We're gonna type floor. Actually do all. Okay, if it's not building, craft. Oh, I guess press the wrong thing. Floor, yes, wooden floor. Okay, this is going to be added to the favorites. There it is. All right, so 1 plank, 1 nail. So let's lay this down. Gotta start somewhere, right? I'm gonna start with the things that look immediately the ugliest to me. All right, so we're gonna just pick up a bunch of planks. All right, let's set this here. Now there is a mod that I'm considering installing specifically to handle this scenario. It's called Diagonal Roads. Because yeah, this is looking a little bit rough on the eyes, but not gonna complain just yet. Beggars can't be choosers. Better to have a road than to not, right? Yeah, we're gonna kind of, oh wow, we're getting 40 per piece here. Yeah, we're gonna kind of lay out the initial path here. many more? Okay, so we got 4 more. Ooh, here like an elk or not an elk, a deer. All right, so we're starting to see the general structure come together. Right now, I'm more concerned with establishing kind of the frame of the road. All right, so we've got 12 at a time is what we're working with. The 12 tiles at a time, that's not bad. And we've already used 33 or 23. Yeah, 23. And we have plenty of nails, so that's not a concern either. All right, this gardening, we are going to remove this bush. All right, let's go back to the floor here. All right, we will remove this grass. All right, I'm gonna drop these on the ground. Get back to here. All right, so now I'm gonna start kind of walking my way back, filling in this spot. It ain't the prettiest road, but it'll do. And you know, as far as carpentry is concerned, we're probably going to get to level 8 here. All right, now we're going to need to pick up some more. Let's go over here and then we'll start kind of bridging the gap because we got a shitload of planks. We will get this thing looking spick and span in no time, man. It's a very different, style of gameplay than going out and looting. This definitely is, kind of puts you in that mindset of almost like Minecraft survival a little bit. All right. Yeah, I just want to get rid of this eyesore, like, just sticking out right here. It's looking good. we're gonna have to open that other box of nails. We're about halfway through the first 100 nails. Oh, we're absolutely getting carpentry level 8. That's not contestable at this point. We're at 5816 out of 6,000. Ooh, okay. Probably like 5 more and then we're gonna reach carpentry level 8. I don't think that we have the Carpentry Master level book, but that would be Carpentry 5, and that would get us the boost on 9 and 10. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, level 8. All right, now we need 7,500 XP. To get the next one, and we have a 75% XP boost. All right, my health is doing all right. All right, we got tree branches and stuff. Let's go this way. Yeah, look at this. Wow, man. We are freaking killing it. Wooden floor. Get it going again. All right, yeah, and this is about to touch the outermost edge here. All right, now I'm gonna kind of start going back and forth and bobbing and weaving this way. I wanna start building out the width of the main part of the road here. All right, and it looks like we're gonna need a water break. And I have left my bag over there. All right, I will go for a walk. Oh, I'm crouching. We've got a decent connection going at this point. So yeah, I'm gonna widen this out more. We'll connect that. It's gonna be a very wide road, but you know, luxury, I suppose. We build it the way that we want it because we can. All right, this guy, I think we can wear it, right? Yeah, attach it to my belt. All right, wooden floors. Well, since we are by the planks, let's... Oh, no, don't put them in there. Put them in the main inventory. All right, let's go ahead and place... Building, wooden floors. All right, let's start connecting these pieces here. Do a little bit of time speeding up here. Oh, we're gonna need to smoke a cigarette. All right, let's smoke a cigarette. Yep, and we're gonna have to open our next 100 nails. All right, might as well start building more of this piece out. And once all of the flooring and stuff is up, you know, we might even consider building a fence line. And with all of the added area over here, I mean, this is like perfect room to build something extra out here. A little pen or something like that, a little barn, I don't know. Whatever our imagination can come up with. Perfect spot to, you know, explore more masonry and get to build some stuff out of bricks and stuff. All right, this is gonna be the, so we've already laid 100 now. All right, so with the next 100, shit, and those nails are still back here. All right, so let's go back to the backpack. How much water is in here? Oh, geez. It's empty already. We drank the entirety of it. All right, time to get some more water. All right, hard work for Mr. Frank out here. All right, let's take both of our waters and then we'll take the empty ones, put them away. All right, box of nails. We're gonna need to open you up. All right, we're gonna smoke another cig. And then I'm gonna need another pack. All right. Back at it again. So yeah, for the next 100 nails, let's focus on connecting the main part from Riverside Road. But we brought like 2,400, so we have more than enough. This is a project we are prepared for. All right, let's start going along the edge here. Yeah, I tell you, I have been having such a busy week. This is the kind of activity that I need right now. It's just low stakes, building, repetitive. It's that comfort. All right, here we are. Get another 18. How exciting. We are almost at the first stretch here. I wonder if I'm even going to be able to build over the little rail here. All right, let's grab the next swath of them. It is 2 p.m. We're making pretty good time, I would say. All right, here we are. We are about to see no shit. Okay. Well, it goes under the railroad track. But you know what? I'll take it. I will take it. So this gets us connected to the halfway point. Hell yeah. All right, I can fill in this little gap. All right, these guys, I should have the saw on me. It's in the backpack though. All right, so we got the 12 planks again. All right, we'll go here, favorites, wooden floor. All right, let's focus on getting these filled out. All right, how are we looking on nails? We got 43. All right, so that should hopefully be enough to finish this area. Getting a little bit hungry. Busting ass out here, Frank. All right. It grows smaller. And how far? Oh my God, dude. We're already to about halfway to Carpentry Level 9 at this point. You road building? What gave it away, Relic? Yeah, this is, I think, part 5 or 6 of the road in arc. I'm committed. We're doing very well on this. This is connected all the way to the halfway point. So this is kind of the air quotes around boring. It's the more, less exploring, more, routine stuff. But this is, eventually when all of the wooden floor is down, none of the trees will go through here. None of them will grow through it, sorry. And no shrubbery, no brush. And then you are able to take gravel and layer it on top. So gravel is something I will revisit, but at least for now, my intent is to have a very nice long road attached all the way to the house. So that way I can kind of bring goodies back and forth, kind of move some of the stuff out of Muldra into this more permanent location. And then some of the other things that I'm kind of keeping my eyes peeled for is a trailer. Yeah, will be sick and way better for the tires. Yeah, 100%. Once I drove on that dirt road in, I was like, that road seems way too freaking long for me to try to do this too. Yeah, maintaining that other road would take forever, so. Euclidean geometry, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, right? So we just cut the path right through. All right, now this is almost done, and we got 19 nails. Yeah, okay, that should be enough to clear that area. Then we're gonna have to. We'll probably head back to the home, and then get a little bit of reading done on our Mechanics 3. We're kind of balancing that. Maybe make another soup from our fresh turnips. Our weight is something that we are gonna want to manage. We're at 75 and one arrow pointing down. So now we're gonna start going to the lower weight if we don't start counterbalancing that with some additional calories, butter, fats. So it would be a good idea for us to eat some meats, catch some fish, maybe go fishing, things like that. And then use our cooking skills. We've been doing a lot of labor-intensive stuff too that's burning calories. You're out of breath. All right, we got 3 planks, 9 nails left. All right, 6. So that is enough to go through here. Yeah, Sisyphean task. Yeah, exactly. Sisyphus. I am but Sisyphus rolling the boulder up the hill. This is one of those situations that what the hell? That I might not pick up things. This is one of the situations that I imagine being on a multiplayer server, right? It becomes a lot more feasible for the Herculean tasks of wilderness survival and chopping things down and all of that. You get to delegate a little bit more. When you're doing it solo, it's, all right, what big block of tasks are we focused on at the given point in time? All right, we got 5 nails here, 5 more planks. So we're gonna finish this guy up, and that leaves us with 3 planks. All right, well, okay, that's enough to go across here. But I would call this a huge success for day 1 of actually hammering down the planks. All right, we are out of our nails right now. That's 200 nails, but we have 2,400 that we have brought with us. So yeah, take a look at this. We have a full-fledged path that we can walk down. Well, if you host a server, let me know. I'll bring nails, says Relic. Yeah, that's something I'm definitely considering as time goes on. I've had a request now to start a Discord server as well, so been continuing to think on that as we've been building the community. Yeah, this halfway point, we've got a decent amount of work done. All right, we're gonna put this backpack on. Here we are. All right. Yeah, and then this shouldn't be too bad to connect to the gate. we are going to walk ourselves back to the house for right now. We're going to read up on some mechanics. Oh, look, hang on. I think that there's a gate back here. Or is that just the... Oh, okay, yeah, maybe I saw that incorrectly. I thought that this was... Never mind. All right, so our nails should be on the ground in a box right there. Yeah, which they are. All right, who wants to bet that my truck is sunk into the ground again? There it is. There we go. Yeah, we don't know why that happens, but at this point we don't question it. All right, and then what is on the ground? That's cooking 3. Then this has got our shotgun. Let's eat some beef jerky and a milk chocolate bar. All right, we are stuffed. Let's go ahead and fill up on our water. Yeah, and while we're at this, take a look at this. So if I go generator info, it's missing that part of the house. So we're gonna slide this to the middle. So let's turn this off. Can I pick you up? Okay, hang on. Let's drop the backpack. Generator. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we gotta disconnect it. Okay, we're gonna slide it to the middle one. Generator, take it. All right, so let's go right here. Drop generator. Okay, can we drop it in the correct location? Yeah, let's step right here. Let's face this direction and drop. There we go. All right, and then we will connect it again. And now we should get the whole house. All right, generator info. Yeah, there we go. Yep. And we get the lake house. Cool. We'll take the other generator. We'll move it that way so that we can get the furnace and all that. All right, there's the house. House is on. Now this is, take a look at this. We've got one plain fridge, popsicle freezer, built-in fridge in the counter, chest freezers. All right, so these chest freezers, probably down this way. Yeah, now we can see in here. Yep, okay, this is probably the freezers. All right, so that's this freezer off. Yep, this is the one that's on. Turn it off. All right, so this guy is off now, that guy. All right, cool. Oh, wait, hang on, there's some nails here. Just a little bit, a single nail. All right, we got some sticks, tarps, vice grip, box of screws, another tarp, another screwdriver. Awesome. All right, let's pick up this glass, kind of repair some of the stuff that's broken around here. Remove broken glass. All right, yeah, let's equip the hammer. I'm gonna fix these windows. Let's broken glass on the ground. I would like to pick it up if it will let me. Yeah, there we go. Pick up broken glass. All right, we can throw all of that shit in the trash. Let's pick up the scrap wood. All right, broken glass, scrap wood, throwing that in there. All right, yeah, and that's just a whole bunch of empty beers. And then this has planks in here. Yeah, and then this is like looking all shaggy too. So like stuff that we're gonna end up making look nice. All right, let's get our backpack again. All right, and then there's some stuff here that we can put away, like this controller or whatever that was in the back of the remote control. Yeah, I'm gonna move a bunch of this stuff. So remote control, we don't need right now. All right, and this has got like paper clips and twine, matchbooks. We're fine there. All right, and that's 45 ACP. All right, this window. So we've already fixed these windows. Interesting. All right, let's pick up more of the broken glass that's sitting around here. All right, and then remove the broken glass in the window. I just want to avoid any possibility of me stepping on broken glass or climbing through a window. All right, yeah, now did I leave shit down here? Okay, this is where the frozen watermelons live. And then on the ground, yeah, this was rotten food. All right, okay, so yeah, this is where we left a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, let's move all of this stuff upstairs. Try to put this in the kitchen. Is there a cooler in the dock for fish? Ooh, I don't think that I saw a cooler over there, no. Yeah, there's the other generators in here. So let's go upstairs, drop this stuff off in the kitchen, move that other generator. All right, so yeah, let's go. Right here is where we're gonna put all the food and seasoning. And then the other generator, I guess we won't need to turn it on for a little bit. Oh, and let's pick the rotten stuff in the trash. There we go. All of that rotten food, throw that away. Kind of get a better hang on all of this stuff. All right. All right, we'll close these guys. All right, back downstairs. Let's go ahead and grab the Jenny and we'll move it into its proper location. And we're still out of breath, but we're doing all right. Yeah, that sounded gnarly out there. There's a wild animal out there. All right, we are going to take this Jenny. Go down this hallway. JK. It's a labyrinth. Might need to use a sledgehammer, bust the wall through over there. Live in a compound so huge it takes 2 Jennies. Yeah, and this other generator is going to go right here. All right. Let's rotate this way. And we will drop it. And we will connect it. All right, generator is connected, and then you can see this also helps power part of the house. We get the entirety of this house over here. We just need to put some fuel in it. All right, let's fill up on our water while we are out here. Now, I could have swore that I had a bunch of milk, but I am uncertain where I have misplaced it. Yeah, we will keep an eye out for a cooler for sure. And I think that this guy has like 79% fuel. Yeah. All right, we are doing all... Wow, voice crack. We are doing all right. All right, let's pick up the other trash over here on the ground as well. Yeah, all of the rotten stuff we'll throw in a trash can. And then I'm gonna get some reading done. All right, let's throw all of that rotten food away. All right, pop open Mechanics 3. Let's go ahead and get that started. We're on page 96 out of 300. I'm gonna speed up some time here. That is gonna take us 8.5 hours. So we'll commit some time to it right now. Little on edge reading about mechanics. We're on the edge of our seat. Here, I'll get up real quick and deal with that. There we go. Yeah, man, and we are how close to level 9 now? Yeah, we are very close to Carpentry level 9. Laying a lot of floors helps a whole lot. The base is massive. Yeah, that base is massive for only one person. Absolutely it is. That's the way that we roll over here. All right, let's flick that light off and get some sleep, shall we? And not only do we reside in a big house, but we're building a big road too. And this is going to kind of serve as, ooh, sweet. Yeah, this is going to kind of serve as the staging ground for some of our next phase of stuff. So let's get some soup going. Or yeah, let's do a soup. Let's get the empty pot rolling. Fill that guy up. And now that we've brought over our beans and all that other good stuff, right? Let's come over here, water pots. We are going to create a soup with cauliflower. We are going to throw in a turnip. All right, now let's come over to our cabinet over here, and then let's start adding. Let's add a little bit of corn flour as seasoning. All right, we're gonna add black beans to it. We're gonna add some onion powder, a little bit of sage. A little bit of pepper. Where does that put us at? 37 and 700 calories in the entire thing. Hell yeah. All right, let's smoke a cigarette, cook it up. This is vegetable and black bean soup with sage. All right, and then while that's going on, let's go ahead and smoke a cig. All right, we're gonna have to transport some nails. That is the next phase of this. We're gonna grab our carton of nails that's got 1,200 nails. We're gonna carry it to kind of the midline. Right, let's slow down. All right, turn this guy off. And that gets 48 hunger. All right, let's go ahead and eat our 48 hunger here, 700 calories. A big old thing of soup. And I know that I have coffee. We have a coffee machine. So I need to go find my coffee grounds at some point. Yeah, cool. We are full to bursting. That's what you like to see. Put that away. Wood axe is going back in the backpack for now. Claw hammer is equipped in the primary. Mechanics, we will put you away. Sweet. Awesome. Okay. We're going to go fill up our water again at the well, and then we are going to pick up the nails here. All right, fill this guy up. And let me take a quick peek. All right, so a little update on the channel for you all. We are currently at 163 subscribers, and we surpassed quite the milestone the other day. We have officially reached and surpassed the 3,000 public watch hours that we need for tier 1 monetization. So that means that when we finally get 500 subs, that we'll be able to do like channel membership and stuff like that. We can get some kind of cool stuff lined up for you all. But the channel has been doing really well in terms of the performance. The last major video, Beyond the Tree Line, got 1.8 thousand views, 28 likes, and like, goodness, let's see how many watch hours. This one was like #1 in the catalog. I think it got like 550. Yeah, it's being slow on my phone to load. 550 watch hours on that video. Crazy. All right, my carton of nails. Actually, you know what? I should probably just open the carton. In the latest video, okay, so wait, that are the rest on the ground? Yes, okay. Yeah, and the latest video that I had released, which was the first VOD for the road in, is already got over 100 hours of it watched. So I've been continuously surprised by just the sheer amount of watch time that people have put into Project Zomboid. I'm glad that they've been able to find the channel and chill and enjoy. Enough time has passed that it looks like all of those baddies that we ended up shooting over here. Yeah, look, okay, there's their bodies. They're still decomposing, but now they will weigh like not much at all. All right, and then I'm gonna take the backpack. I'm not gonna drop off right over here. I'm gonna drop it toward this bucket. Kind of creepy out here in the woods. All right, let's grab some of these planks. That's 10. And then I will drop the backpack. Yeah, I'll drop it right here. All right, and while I am building here, you know, I have played this recap music and spoken over it a lot, but I'm just gonna kind of jam out with some of the music that I wrote here and build. So yeah, here, let me turn the game volume down for a little bit. All right, and then I'll throw my recap music on. Yeah, the sound of that one reminds me, like, the image that comes to mind for me for some reason is like Despicable Me. My wife likes to say that she thinks that one like reminds her of like a heist. And for lack of a better title, I called it Super Sneak. All right, let's keep grabbing these planks. Ain't nobody ever seen a road this built before. We are so back. They'll be like, how did you get to Carpentry Level 10? Building roads. There we go. See, it gets exciting once you've gotten like the edges. Yo, there's Carpentry Level 9. All right, so now we need 9,000. Easy. We are easily going to get that. We're going to get to Carpentry Level 10 by building a road. Have you ever seen Shrek the Musical when he's singing that song? I'm not going to build me a road. I'm going to build me a wall. But yeah, we're going to build us a road. Build me a road, make it 10 miles long. Building so long that it's not even foggy anymore. All right, now we are absolutely gonna cover this. 11:30 in the AM. And with all of these twigs and stuff, we're gonna use them for carving. So we'll be leveling carving, make some handles and all that. So we're gonna go through these train tracks here. How are we doing on nails? We got 27 nails left in this box. Hell yeah. Almost there. It's coming together. All right, we're gonna smoke another cigarette here. Gonna have to start sawing some planks here again. Whoa. Whoa. All right, let's start. Build favorites. Wooden floor. All right, time to open another box of nails. It's a good thing that we showed up prepared with all of these nails. It's taken a couple hundred at this point. We've gone through 300 nails, but we brought 2,400 with us. And there's another 2,400 back at the northern safe house. So we will not run shy of the nails necessary. Start filling this guy in. 2 p.m. All right, we're still making good time. Yeah, out of all of the building that I have done in Project Zomboid, this is probably the largest commitment, I would say, to building. Now just imagine how ridiculous, so if you think this is ridiculous, imagine how ridiculous it would be to take the path that we walked through the woods here and bridge the lake house on the other side to McCoy logging. That would be a hell of a feat, to be completely honest. Not anytime soon. but maybe, just maybe in the future. When we start forging our own nails. All right, let's come over here. What is going on? Wooden floor built. Okay, yeah, for some reason it was highlighted red. All right. And we are about a third or fourth of the way there to level 10 carpentry at this point. Good for us. All right, let's pick up the rest of these planks. All right, time to saw some planks. Here we go again. All right, let's put the nails in the backpack. From the backpack, I'm gonna need two things: the wooden saw and the wood axe. And I'm gonna swap the water bottles out here. All right, and then, yeah, okay, that should be fine. All right, let's go chop some wood, some trees down. Gotta put it in my, chop down tree, there we go. Oh, now I'm too tired. All right. Well, if you're too tired to do that, then saw some logs. Drop those planks on the ground. Let's saw these bad boys. Let's see, and if I rest on the ground while doing so. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's grab our nails. I sat on the ground and saw these guys up. All right, let's go ahead and build wooden floor. Back at it again. All right. All right, we got 32 more nails in here. So we're going through about 200 nails a day is what it looks like. Would be awesome if I could finish this up in the next day or so. $20 nails. All right, that's another 12. All right, and then I'm gonna saw a bunch of these ones over here. All right, not sleep on the ground, sit on the ground, saw some more planks. Scoot a little bit this way, do the same. All right, let's start building again. Ah, shit, I'm out of nails. That's how it goes. All right, let's move these planks here. Might as well move this pile. I'm out of nails. The most productive thing I can do is move the planks and saw the remainder that are over here. No, not sleep on the ground. I keep accidentally almost clicking that. All right, these 13, drop them on the ground. There's 30. That's 35, and then plus another 12. All right, let's start walking ourselves back. This road is looking good. Yeah, this is the next major stretch. That shouldn't be too bad. Oh shit, I left my fucking bag over here. Hold the Alt key and sprint. we go. All right, backpack. Let's go ahead and wear you. All right, we're taking the wood saw, the claw hammer, putting it away, and the wood axe will go in the bag as well. Awesome. All right. So yeah, if you hold shift, you jog. If you hold alt, you sprint. So let's go on a little runny poo. Run around the property. Dude, our carpentry is... we are a little more than halfway to carpentry level 10. We're about to max out on our carpentry. So in one episode, we will have gotten carpentry 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's grab 300 nails. Put them in the backpack. And then we're gonna fill up on soup and read a book. Maybe before we do that, let's fill up on water. Too many cosmetic things to do and not enough time to do them right now. All right, let's fill all of our empty stuff. All right, I'm gonna clean myself off with some soap. There we go. All right, let's get ourselves another soup going today. All right, so there that is. Let's come over here and we can do a stew or a soup. Let's try a stew instead of a soup. All right, and then to my stew, we'll add some more black beans. Add some, and I'll keep the flour. Do dried sage. We'll do that salt. We'll do pepper. Do some onion powder. I'm gonna add some additional black beans. 65, 1,300 calories. There we go, now we're talking. All right, let's go ahead, plop that guy in here, turn this bad boy on. All right, that takes 84. So we're gonna eat half of it right now. All right, eat 1/2 of that. Just pull the whole soup out of the oven and pour it in your mouth like that. I'm sure that's delicious. Exactly how it's intended to be eaten. All right, full to bursting. Yeah, we're a little bit overloaded. That's totally fine. I'm gonna take the rest of it, put it in the oven. We will finish it later. Yeah, and it's got 3 days until it's stale. But in the meantime, let's take a seat in the mahogany chair and read more of our mechanics book, which has 3 hours and 51 minutes. And we have our cooking level 3 book downstairs that we will likely want to read. All right, we are almost done with mechanics level 3. All right, mechanics 3 has been finished. Go ahead and smoke a cig. All right, let's put that book away. All right, we'll get some sleep. A new day. Here we go. All right, we're gonna finish what was left of that soup this morning. 42, yeah, that'll keep us feeling all right. And as far as our characters going, 75, 1 arrow down. All right, full to bursting. Sweet. All right, then let's put the empty pot away. All right, we're gonna fill up on our water and head back to the road. Okay, let's take the car. Actually, let me pick up cooking 3, put it in the backpack. And then what is this? Masonry 1. Yeah, I'm gonna take masonry 1 as well. All right, we are gonna put these nails in the truck. Oh, sweet, we got a bunch of M9 mags in here that, yeah, okay. All right, so let's haul those this way. That was a bush. Our baby tree. Yep, there's these baby trees. We gotta kill them. All right, here. Hopping out, killing a baby tree. We're at our breaking point. We really need a cigarette that bad. All right, let's chop down these trees that are in the road. Oh, what the hell are you doing? Don't just stand there. Oh, and I hit the wrong button. My goodness. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, these are the trees that I couldn't see. Let's chop these all. Gotta get a hold on the baby trees before they get a hold on you. There's a reason why we're building this road. You want to exist out in the wilderness, you gotta fight the wilderness. All right, let's remove this bush. All right, we're gonna sit down on the ground and saw some planks real quick. Come over here, do the same thing. Nope, and I've got to open box of nails. All right, well, I gotta move, make some room. All right, well, let's drop these on the ground then. All right, there we go. Awesome. All right, let's get this piece connected. Oh, don't tell me I only have one fucking... Yeah, okay. That's what was going on. Boop, 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 boom. Pick all those up. All right. All right, we'll sit on the ground and saw a shitload of these things. Oh my God, there's so much. 16 logs? Oh, hell yeah. All right, smoke another cigarette. Smoke 2 of them because or smoke 3 of them because we're so degenerate. There we go. Now we feel great. All we needed was 3 cigarettes and 47 planks, and then we're happy again. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe between this week and next week, I'm going to try to add that mod that is diagonal roads. diagonal flooring. Oh, hell yeah, cool. And this is almost connected. This is like day 3 of laying the floor. All right, and our guy's all thirsty. Let's swap it out. Guess we can't. We'll wait until we finish building and then we'll deal with the thirst. Oh my God, fam. That is level 10 carpentry. We have leveled up carpentry all the way to its max. So we are officially a master in carpentry. We can build whatever we want out of wood. Wow. Still gotta work on our carving and stuff though. All right, before I do anything else, let's move our waters in here. All right, let's sit on the ground and saw these planks. Oh, it's almost connected. Dude, if we were playing Settlers of Catan, totally would have gotten the points for the longest road by now. It's all 100% connected. I mean, it's not the prettiest connected, but it is connected. Hell yeah. Well, we're filling it up now. It's happening. All right, I'm gonna have to bust open another thing of nails. Oh, put it in the main inventory. Thank you. My God, you just get hypnotized at a certain point. You just stop talking. You have been consumed by the road. All right, how many more planks are over here? There's 13 on the ground. We only asked the question if we could, but we never stopped to ask the question if we should. But the answer is yes. The road must be built. And whenever Frank gets a little bit sad, he can remember that he himself is a level 10 master in carpentry at this point. There is no room to be somber, Frank. There exist many roads in Kentucky, but none quite like yours. I feel like I hear a zombie somewhere. Could you imagine? I'm out here building a road, get snuck up on, get a chunk taken out of me, and then that's the end. That would be so sad. All right, let's go back to chopping down trees here. And we're too tired once again. God damn it. Being the guy that's short of breath sucks. Let's let some time pass sitting on the ground. There we go. Chop this freaking dude down. There he goes. All right, let's sit on the ground again. Saw these bad boys. It's 6 p.m. Oh, man. All right, let's come over here. Drop these planks. Swap out those empty waters. There we go. We're finishing up this portion of the road today. That's absolutely happening. Just takes a little bit of elbow grease and a whole lot of time. Snap, there's a whole bunch of it. All right, so the road is good from here down to here at this point. So here's what we're gonna do in the interim. We're gonna clean up some of the sticks that are left behind, the sticks and twigs. The truck can currently hold 128. Ooh, okay, let's drink a soda can here. Oh my God, yeah, okay, and we've got cartons of nails. Gas can, rifle, okay. Let's go ahead and eat the milk chocolate bar. Could use those calories. I'm gonna move this car. All right, and then I do want to finish. Yeah, okay. There's a little spot right here that needs to be filled. Fill that guy up. Alright, favorites, wooden floor. Hell yeah. Major accomplishments. All right, this section comes next. All right, and we've got, okay, we've already read Masonry 1. Okay, let's put cooking on our person. Put the flashlight on our person as well. Take the water bottles. All right, we are gonna drop the backpack right there. Let's smoke a cig and we're gonna walk ourselves back to the house. But yeah, everywhere that the wooden planks are, there will not be any shrubbery or trees that will grow from them anymore. Another tree. All right, let's fill up on our waters again. And that dealt with the on edge. Okay, cool. Our guy's getting into a routine. All right, let's fill. So this guy's got 20. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's fill the empty pot. Make ourselves a soup again. Cauliflower. Add some turnip. All right, and then from over here, We will add black beans. And because we need to fatten up a little bit, we're going to add some peanut butter to it. We're adding sage to it. We're adding seasoning salt. Normal salt. Normal pepper. Yeah, that helps a lot with their unhappiness and your boredom. And look at that, 1,900 calories. All right, and then we will sit on the floor. Turn that guy on. While we're cooking, let's read. So we got a decent amount of nutrition there. So this is our vegetable and bean soup with sage, 1,900 calories. We've currently been alive for 1 month, 28 days, and 6 hours. We're almost 2 months in. And a reminder for all of you in the audience, we're playing with 2 hours of real time representing 1 full day if you're not speeding up time. Our cooking 3 is going to take 12, almost 13 hours. All right, well, we don't got that time. All right, that's 91 hunger. It's going to deal, and let's see. So if we were to divide that into 4, about 5, just shy of 500 calories per. I'm going to eat 1/4 of it. Full to bursting. All right, let's plop that back in the oven. And then we are going to sit down. We'll sit down in the bedroom. There we go. I want to turn that on. That light bulb broken. All right, we're going to get a couple hours worth of reading. Our cooking level 3. Let's get to 75. Awesome. All right, and we'll smoke a cig before going to bed. Oh shit, dude. My cigarettes are in my backpack and I smoked the rest of them. Okay. Well, we will deal with that in the morning. All right, let's get the rest of our breakfast going here. All right, 68 and 1,400 calories. Let's eat it all. All right, and then I am gonna put cooking level 3 right there. We will put the pot back. All right, let's fill up on our waters and see what we can finish with the road today. right, and then in terms of generator info, we're at 52% fuel. All right, we are going to go out the back side. I lied. Car won't fit through the backside. Here we go. There we are. Awesome. Now we should be able to fit through here, one would imagine. There we go. All right, so this is the next area that we're going to be chopping. Oh, speeding up time on accident. And my backpack has the saw. All right, we have 3 nails, yeah, so let's fix that. Let's put this backpack back on. Put those guys away, put you away. And we got to open another box of nails. All right, we're gonna move Sig. Smoke that guy. All right, got a whole bunch of logs. Wonder with all these leaves that are here if I can use this scythe and chop those guys up. There we go. All right, there's one plank there. All right, let's saw the rest of these guys. What is going on? All right, I'll try that again. Yeah, sometimes that's weird. It just glitches out. All right, move the empty canteen. Guy is thirsty as hell. All right. This is almost closed. Whoa, whoa, clicking things. Nope, not craft. We want to saw. Hey, getting ready. Yes, you've made it. Welcome, welcome. The road has been going quite swimmingly. It is huge. We are almost done with it. So we've connected from Riverside Road all the way down to here. There's still a decent chunk to go, but I feel like the major bits have been handled. It's just one of those things. It just takes a long time. My favorite streamer. Aw, thanks. Will all that road make it easier for Zeds to find you? I don't think that it... I mean, like, if there were Zeds that were kind of out here, sure, I guess. But they have changed the zombie migration and, like, population density and stuff like that. So Zeds tend to aggregate more toward the metropolitan suburban areas. And since we're out more kind of in the wilderness, they're less likely to randomly be in these areas, fortunately. So we've been kind of getting to spend some time out in nature. Oh yeah, the one thing that you missed, we are now level 10 carpentry. We have successfully leveled the entirety of carpentry. Did I go through more nails? Yes. Okay, hang on. I gotta open another box. Really, the main point of this road has been to connect the lake house in a meaningful way to Riverside Road. So that way it's easier for me to come in and out and transport goods. And all of this stuff over here, I mean, this is just leaves and stuff that we should be able to clear. Now, if I set this underneath here, do I still have to destroy the bush? That's a question right there. No, oh, it just destroys it. Wow. All right, let's connect these. Kitten is asking about barbed wire. I think that you can make barbed wire fencing. I'd thought about like adding, perimeter fencing and stuff around here as well. Now I'm trying to think, how do I want to connect this? Maybe chop up some of these trees here and then go up and then connect it that way. That's probably... That way this will get us more of the wood that we need. And my guy's gonna be so tired he won't be able to chop this down. Yeah, look at that. What'd I tell you? What did I tell you? Sit on the ground, saw it up. Drop these on the ground. Okay, so let's take these guys. We're gonna smoke another cigarette because our guy is anxious. Got to get more of the frame built here. Yeah, so within the next couple of streams, I envision we're going to be, so we'll finish the road for sure, but then we're going to likely spend some time fishing. I feel like there was like 30... What's the Z can at? Yes, we did break 1,000. We're at 1,212. 1212. 1 month, 29 days, and 1 hour into the zombie apocalypse. No rest for the wicked, you know. We got more. Yep, 12 more planks. Frank's going for a new record. Yeah, I know, 100%. With him already being at level 10 carpentry, you know, like we're doing this just for the utility and the bragging rights at this point. Take a seat in the car. Oh, look at that. We can read fishing while we're chilling in here. We're out of breath. It's a nice road. Too bad no other alive friends to enjoy it. Yes, I know. It's so sad. All right, let's... escape. All right, we are going to chop up more of these trees here. But we really have done a great job clearing a path. All right, sit on the ground, saw the planks. All right, we're gonna saw more of these guys. Looking good. Looking hella good. All right. Let's drop these planks off on the ground. And we can already appreciate the fruits of our labor. Although this is quite the tight squeeze. Oh, these bodies are decomposing now. All right, this guy, let's pull this in. Goodness, goodness, goodness. All right. Now, did I already? Yep, okay, so I finished that. We are gonna make more food. And then I think that we'll probably end up wrapping it for today because I think there's gonna be one more part involved for getting the remainder of the road in place. Okay, so we'll do no more than 3 turnips. And then with the turnips, we will throw in the beans. What a nice house. Yes, this is where we reside on the lake. Now, was I only able to add... Okay, yeah, I guess I was only able to add 1 of the beans. All right, so then we will go and we will add the seasoning salt. We will add normal salt. Oops, goodness gracious. What's an amenity Frank would want just for funsies if he had enough time and resources to make it? An amenity. Like maybe learn to craft his own guitar. A hot tub. Here I am out in the middle of the wilderness building my hot tub. We need a hot tub mod. That's what I'm hearing. All right, let's pop this guy in. This is 600 calories. I vote hot tub mod. Let's speed up time here and turn that off. All right, we are going to eat all of it. I mean, there's only 600 calories in here. We've been doing a lot of manual labor. All right. All right, my friends. Let's take a look, peruse, place my fishing book down here for a moment. So yeah, we have been doing a lot. We are currently residing at the safe house, the lake house. Wow, the lake safe house, and we are still wrapping up this road. So the road at this point is complete from here all the way to. So we're a little more than halfway done, to be completely honest. I think that we've gotten through the worst part, but we want to connect this all the way here. So then going in and out of the lake house is going to be much more feasible. So that is kind of what we've been doing for the last couple of episodes. We have plenty of food and stuff on the land, and we've been kind of making soups, stews and such from the turnips and kind of fresh produce that exists here. And let's go fill up our water while we are at it. Now this place is great because it's got this spinning wheel here. It's got a forge. It's got a lake for us to fish in. Everything a growing man could need. All right, let's fill up all of this stuff. All right, anything else that I want to try to do here? Can I do water, wash, all clothing? Yeah, let's do that. There we go. All right, and then let's do the hiking backpack. Look at that. Yeah, we're getting ourselves all clean. Sweet. And now we're all completely clean. But yes, my friends, the channel has been doing phenomenally. Thank you so much to everybody that has been watching the videos, leaving comments, joining on the VODs. We are currently at 163 subscribers. And we've had in the last 28 days, just shy of 1,500 hours of the content have been watched by you all. That still amazes me. I find it hard to believe that many people have enjoyed and have found the content. So really do want to say thank you. Now, in terms of more content that we have on the agenda, you have seen I've been uploading Life is Strange. We've gotten episode 1 and 2 recorded and uploaded. Episode 3 is going to be recorded in the next month or so. Still looking to add RimWorld. My schedule has been insanely busy recently, so I've just kind of been keeping on with the Frank Fultz Chronicles. I will try to add RimWorld as soon as I am able. Some other stuff coming on the docket, like you are all hopefully aware, I run my own podcast, Just Some Podcast, and I've got some episodes that have been sitting in the backlog that I do want to release. The latest one that I've done is with my dog trainer, where we're talking about dog training as it pertains to my 10-month-old golden retriever and all of the fun stuff that she has done. So with that, my friends, I'm gonna let this outro roll, but I want to say thank you one more time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We are so close to hitting 200 subscribers, and I think we're going to get there before you know it. So as always, everybody, I am just some dude on the internet, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.